What is the overall inspiration for the play?
One thing we're doing with our conceptual use of the play is that we're using ropes as a prop, and those props really are, that's the main thing that draws everything in together, that ties in all the different elements of what the play is, because it shows the contrast between different moments. Basically the beat changes because it shows struggle. So when there's a power struggle, the rope represents that. It also shows good relationships, like the mother and son relationship. It shows that intimate moment, and it shows a journey when they're pulling. And then at the very end, we use that as dirt to bury tradition as well. So a lot of different interpretations with the ropes that we've come up with in rehearsal as our concept.
We are also using the Verfremdungs effect, also known as the V effect, which was introduced by Bertolt Brecht, which is basically a concept in theater where the actor is basically estranged from his actual role as a character on stage. So basically they're portraying stage acting and then real life acting apart.
Yeah, in a lot of theater contexts, the actor has a natural process of becoming their character, but with Brechtian theater, it's intentionally just you declare your character and you do a gesture of your character and then you're your character. It's not about believing that, oh, the boy is the boy. It's, oh, he says he's the boy, therefore he is. Or the teacher declares his very first line, I am the teacher, and that's how we know he's the teacher.
It may not be common knowledge that this play is based on a no play of the Japanese tradition. How are you incorporating that into the production?
Mostly with the chorus members, we have them positioned often similarly to how it is in no plays. We've had to tweak that a little bit just to accommodate for the space, but we have them all guarding different spots, so some of them guarding where the audience is, then one at the bridge and one at the threshold.
We also have the traditional no music and traditional makeup that we're going to try and use.
And how are you guys collaborating as co-directors?
Rain has taken a really good stance on this, and she's done a really good job in interpreting the German, without my help, I believe. But she's done a really good job in making the play what it is, which is awesome.
And having someone that actually knows what their line is when they need their line is always really good, because if they call line, I'm useless for that. So it's really good that way to have, someone who spends a lot of time speaking German and someone who spends a lot of time in theater. It actually is a really useful collaboration for this project.
And for you, Rain, what is it like directing a play in a foreign language?
Absolutely daunting, but in the best way possible, because I believe that challenges they can be a strength, and it really has been in this process. As a theater student, it's really made me focus on so many different aspects of theater, because I don't have the words themselves to rely on as much. I do know the English translation, I know what the play's about, but I have to really pay attention to actions and gesture, which is also a Brechtian concept. And with the V effect in mind, I actually feel it's kind of a personal thing too, because I felt very estranged and alienated with the language barrier, and I feel like that actually works really well for what we're doing. So it's actually really great. I feel like I have a full Brechtian experience going on.
And Fiona, how are you handling being the only German-speaking director?
Well, last year I was the co-director for Wojciech, which was written by George Büchner. It was kind of daunting as well to begin with, because my German wasn't as advanced as it is now, and now that it's more advanced, I find it's a bit more easier to understand the concept and understand the context in which and how Brecht has written the play. It is still difficult to understand what the whole play is about, so it's good that I'm working with other people that also understand and have my level of German. So even though I know German, I'm still in the same boat as Rain, kind of.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.